Welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing these. Now these are for your wheel nuts on your car or truck, and these are like, well, they're protective sleeves that go over top of them. I haven't even taken them out of the box yet, but the whole idea behind this is to remove your wheel nuts without damaging your rims. And why did I buy this? Well, they're 25 bucks, right? And now I don't even believe that they're for sale anymore on Amazon. But I've seen the prices go from $25 for this set all the way up to $50 and $60. So I think they're just made in the same Wing Wang factory and they just put different brands on. But the reason why I bought this is kind of an experiment. For 25 bucks, I'm going to see whether these are even required. Do any of you need to buy these? Because I was watching one of these pretend review channels where all it was is a commercial to sell you one of these, right? And you know, you pretty much had to buy these. If you own a vehicle, you have to buy these because you're just going to destroy your rims if you don't. So let's take it over the bench. Let's take a look and see what I'm using in the past for the last, well, decades, and whether these are worth the purchase. Okay, so let's get started with the product description right off the hop here. So let's just take a look. So this is them right there, and you can see half-inch drive, extra thin wall deep wheel protector impact socket set. So 15, 17, 19, 21, 22. And yeah, currently unavailable. So this is the set here, and I'll only be using these here. So this one here would be the 19, 21, and 22. And the whole idea behind these is it's got this nice protective coating on the outside, and it'll save you from destroying your rims apparently. So these are the three here that I'll be testing today to correspond with the three that I use all the time. So this one here, like I mark my sockets all the time. So that's the Chevy Cruze, 100 foot-pounds. And on this side is WRX, my daughter's WRX Subaru, and it's 89 foot-pounds, and that's 19 mil. Now we go over to this one here for my Ford F-150, and it's 150 foot-pounds, 21 millimeter. This one here is for my Chevy pickup, my Silverado. It's 140 foot-pounds that you have to tighten all the wheel nuts to. And this one here is a 22 mil. Now, this is a torque tube, so I use these to attach to my impact gun. So I only use this one for the 100 foot, and this one here I use for the Silverado and the F-150. That's 140 foot-pounds, and I use a torque wrench for my daughter's WRX because it's only 89 foot-pounds. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put the caliper on, and we're going to measure these one for one and see what the difference is between them, because they're extra thin wall, right? The whole idea is that you have access to it, including these plastic covers that won't destroy the inside of your rim and you know, mark it up or anything. So it's got a plastic cover on here, and we're going to measure the diameter of these three compared to the three that I've been using all these years, and geez, these are just thick wall impact sockets. So let's get to it right now. Well, let's get started right now, and let's start off with the 19 mil. And if we take a look at this one here, just put the caliper on it here. Outside dimensions 28 and almost 28 and a half millimeter. We go to the one that I've been using for a long time, 27 and just over a half. So your average impact socket, thick wall, is actually thinner. So let's go to the 21 mil. 21 mil, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's 30.2 millimeter, and that's for the 21 mil. This is the 21 mil here that I use for my Ford, and 29.67. So now we're going on to the 22 mil, and the 22 mil is 3240, 32.4 millimeter, and let's see what the 22 mil, 3180. Okay, so does this make any sense to you? These are all thicker. These are all thinner. These are thick wall. These are considered ultra thin wall with this coating on the outside. Now, I have never scratched up a socket with any of these. I don't know what people are doing when they're taking it off, whether they're working on Lamborghinis or something where you need a really, you know, like you don't want to touch the outside, but I mean, come on. Have you ever seen a situation, unless you're driving some kind of a supercar, that you need these? I'm not too sure. You know, sometimes you see a lot of these review channels and, you know, I think they're selling the product more than they are actually reviewing it because, you know, they never measured any of these, and these are all thicker. So we've got 21, 20, 22, 21, and 19. These are the same in thick wall. You can see the obvious difference, right? But with this plastic over top, it's actually thicker. So what is the purpose of these things? I have no idea. Was the whole purpose just to sell you stuff? Well, what do you think? Well, what do you think? Leave me a comment down below because, you know, when it comes down to it, you're watching a review channel and, well, you know, they're trying to sell you these, right? That's all it comes down to it. But do you need these? Because when I watched that particular review, nobody brought out, you know, and measured each socket and compared it to the other one. And their claim was, well, the whole idea behind this type of socket set is to make sure you don't damage, you know, the bore on the exterior of your wheel rim when you're taking the nuts off. And these are ultra thin wall. Like they'll go into places other sockets won't, like the thick wall sockets. And I'm telling you right now, this is about the thickest, cheapest thick wall socket you could get. I mean, I could buy a whole set of these, like a 13-piece set for about 25 bucks. So, I mean, do you need these? I'm saying, nah. I'm saying, nah, don't buy them. I wouldn't recommend them. I mean, I spent the 25 bucks to save you 25 bucks because, you know what? You're taking wheel nuts off, unless you're driving like some kind of a special sports car or something. But what's the purpose of these when they're thicker? You might as well go with just your thick wall sockets. They're thinner than these ultra thin wall with all that big hunk of plastic on the outside. So yeah, today's review is a real review. It's not one of these bogus reviews that you see on YouTube where somebody's just trying to sell you something and just kind of jive up the product. Just like watching TV, right? If you're going to watch TV, you might as well not even watch YouTube. Because, you know, it's hard to tell the difference sometimes now between YouTube and TV. So thanks for joining me here today. Come back again. If you haven't seen this channel, you're welcome to subscribe and watch a real review of somebody actually telling you, don't buy something. Cheers.